The Federation is a collection of thousands of species spanning the endless cosmos. The Verdarian is one of such species. They were slime-like in appearance, with green vines surrounding their very core, which glowed yellow. They communicated to each other through their consciousness, like a hive mind. Their planet, Plu, Me, is a lush garden world, a beautiful world full of green vegetation and fields of colorful flowers. Verdarian has been a peaceful species, and one of the founders of the Federation. They have no navy and army, and for as long as they have lived, they have not had conflict for a long time, for they value peace more than anything. That is not to say that they do not know war. The Verdarian, over the history of their race, had only one conflict, one that almost killed the entire race, leading to them becoming pacifist. The Verdarian now are peaceful diplomats and skilled negotiators, able to manipulate people, leading two species in conflict into a peaceful end. And for thousands of years, they have maintained peace among the stars, so much so that they earned the nickname Harmonarchs. The Verdarian have an ability that only they have, the ability to understand planets. Many uninhabitable planets have been terraformed by them. Many of the species now are living in once dead planets revived by the Verdarian into habitable planets. This act of kindness gives Verdarians huge influence on the Federations. So when a new species is found, it is the Verdarian they send to meet with the new species. Humanity found the Federation through sheer luck. A mining expedition into the long stretch of endless void found a rather fascinating piece of junk. A ship, or barely a ship. It was torn in half. None would expect anything living. So the mining expedition towed the vessel back into a scrapyard. 3 months passed and tools were going missing. Metal was somehow disappearing. Then a flash of light came from the center of the scrapyard. Made of rusted materials, welded poorly, a ship flew and headed back to the stretch of empty void. After 3 years, the Federation came into contact with a new species, humanity. The talks were long and tiring, and for the better part of the talks, the Verdarian were there. The humans liked the Verdarian because they were so much alike humanity, good diplomats and a species that value peace. At least that was what they said. Humanity and the Verdarian became good friends, especially the chosen ambassadors for each race. They would talk for hours on end, drink and eat together. Some would say they were inseparable like mates. None could expect a war between two of the most peaceful species in the Federation. It started when the Verdarian ambassador was invited to visit Earth. According to humanity's side of the story, the Verdarian took one step out of their shuttle into earthen ground. The Verdarian ambassador immediately looked as if in pain. The Verdarian ambassador changed color from green to dark red and grew thorns and two horns on its head, and its core turned red. The ambassador and its entourage attacked the humans in a blind rage, killing 100 of soldiers and countless civilians. Humanity wanted an explanation, but no explanation would come. By that time, the Verdarian declared a genocidal war against humanity. Verdarian created monstrous ships made of wood and vines. Humanity did the same with metal and advanced weaponry. The dark void became countless battlegrounds. Verdarian ships would use hardened wood as projectiles, puncturing holes in many human ships. The humans would burn and chip away at the Verdarian vessels' wooden armors and eject many crewmen into the void of space. 300 years locked in a brutal conflict, with neither side backing down, stuck in a stalemate. The Federation could only look upon the unbelievable carnage. Many wanted to end the war. Many wanted to join the humans, others, the Verdarian. But both humanity and Verdarian rejected their offers of alliance, both giving the same reason. The Federation must not interfere. Peaceful intentions, even in war. Both species were exhausted at the constant war. A truce was to be negotiated. For the first time in a long time, both species were ready to talk. Thousands of species watched the negotiation unfold live on the air so much, so that many planets ceased production of goods. The venue was split in two, with both human and Verdarian soldiers in the middle, staring daggers into each other. The ambassadors came out and the tension was palpable, as if another battle was about to start. On the left, the human ambassador, he irradiated with confidence and intelligence. On the right, the Verdarian, he looked of strength and primal fury with a noticeable scar on his chest. Both of them locked eyes, eyes full of hate. The Federation elected negotiator first talked. Welcome both species. I am to be the middleman of these negotiations here. I will first pass the right to talk to humanity. Verdarian will have its turn to speak, but until then, keep silence. The negotiator says, "Thank you. I would like to thank the Federation for their effort of making this possible. And to save your flattery, human," the Verdarian cut him off. "Flattery will get you nowhere. Verdarian, let us hear the human speak. You will have your turn," the negotiator says. "That is fine, negotiator. It is of no problem. It is only natural for a genocidal halfwit like this one." The human remark, "Ha, as usual, resorting into insults. Typical monkey brain behavior." The Verdarian replied, "You want to go tree trunk?" the human says. "Let's go waste of space," the Verdarian replied. The soldiers separating the podiums moved to readied positions. The humans turned on their plasma swords and their nano armor. The Verdarian changed their body to look like that of a human, bearing melee weapons and a shield. "Gentlemen, we are here to negotiate a truce. You are not allowed to fight here," the negotiator shouted. Both species stood down, retracting their weapons. "Human, get to the point. What do you want?" the negotiator says. "We want answers. Why did you attack?" the human asks. "Verdarian, you may talk. Do not interrupt, human," the negotiator says. "You are a cancer to your world, and now a cancer to the universe. When my ambassador landed on your planet, she talked with your world. Your world requested us to exterminate your kind and save the universe. Your world is not a death world by choice. It is a death world because it has to. Your world tried to kill your kind many times. Volcanic events to try to bury your kind in lava and poison the air you breathe. Ice age to kill you off with unbearable cold and deadly ice. Earthquakes, climate change, typhoons, tsunami, pandemics. Every natural disaster you could think of was a way to try and get rid of you. And yet, like cancer, nay worse, you continued to spread and repopulate. That answers your question? The Verdarian says. The shocking revelation took a moment to hit. The human took a deep breath before speaking. That may be true, maybe it is the truth, but humanity can be better. You do not know humans. We are warlike, peaceful, greedy, helpful, kind, and opportunistic. We are all these and more. We are complex, unreadable, unpredictable. Who are you to define our destiny? Who are you to tell us what we are? Who are you to judge us? We are humans. No iron will chain us. No gods will decide our fate. We are flawed, imperfect. That is humanity. The human ambassador shouted with all his heart. He took a deep breath to calm himself. And we shall prove it. Humanity will be withdrawing from the Federation. We will go back to our side of the dark void. We will leave you all alone. This is humanity? His offer for peace, do you accept? The ambassador asks. Shock rippled through the galaxy at the notion. The human's offer shocked even the Verdarian. It took a moment for the Verdarian ambassador to respond. These terms are acceptable. You will withdraw any and all vessels out of Federation space, never to come back. The Verdarian ambassador says, "We just need you to promise one more thing," says the human ambassador. "What is it?" asks the Verdarian. "Promise to us you will not go back to pacifism. Promise us that you will do anything to protect all the species in the Federation," answers the human. "I swear on my people," says the Verdarian. "If you break this promise, we are coming back to finish what you started," threatened the human. This was the revered day when the War of Peace ended, and for thousands of years, the Federation was peaceful. Due to the Verdarian, they did not decommission their crafts. Instead, they used it to patrol the void, ever vigilant against external foes. As for the humans, no one knows. They fade ever more into the mist of time, becoming legends of the past. Some say that when the Verdarian promise is broken, humanity will come to save the Federation. "Is it true, Great-Grandpa? Will the humans really come and save us?" the young Verdarian asks. "Aye, they will, my darling. They will," the old withering Verdarian answers, hugging his great-granddaughter as a gigantic machine hovered over the planet of Plumi. A bright green beam emanated from the machine coming down toward the planet. The old Verdarian touched an old scar on his chest, muttering his last words. "It's your turn now to protect them," he mutters, as he disintegrated into dust. Radio transmission Codex 13A. "This is humanity. We have received your transmission and are en route with the might of our entire navy. We do not know what is happening in Federation space, but if your message is to be believed, it is nothing good. Fellow sentient species, we are only a few days away from Federation space. A week, we would be at the Federation Council planet. We are not alone. 16 newly discovered species are with us. Hold, my friends, stand your ground. Every second, every minute, know that we are getting closer. Hold. We are coming. We are